Hey, and welcome to the MumbleTrash podcast, episode number 10, hashtag Kill Glenn for Christmas. In this episode, we talk about the season 6 finale of The Walking Dead, where we feel like they're going to hashtag drag it out until about Christmas time before they finally reveal that we no longer have a go-to-town expert. After that, we're going to do a little trivia with Tom because, believe it or not, he's actually smarter than he looks. You like my t-shirt? You can get your own at MumbleTrash.com. We also have the Communist. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at MumbleTrash, and please don't forget to subscribe right there to our first video podcast.
You can blink. You can cry. Hell, you're all gonna be doing that.
Look, Dad, taking it like a champ.
Recorded live in the Podcastle.
It's another MumbleTrash production. Some entertaining garbage.
Are we live?
We live
We are live.
Right here on the Ocho.
Awesome.
in the new Podcastle location.
In the new and improved Podcastle location, also known as the dining
The
room.
dining room.
Ain't nobody ever eats in here anyway.
So, I guess now it's okay to talk about it, because if you haven't seen it yet,
You're a douche.
yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
And everybody's talking about it.
The Walking Dead.
You guys' thoughts on the season finale?
So, first of all, I called it. All week, 2 weeks even, I was saying, here's what's going to happen. You're just going to barely get to see Negan. You're not going to find out who he kills until we come back from the next season. And if it was me, I would drag it out so long that you hashtag kill Glenn for Christmas. And what is going to happen? That's exactly what's going to happen. They drug it out all the way to the end, and you don't know who he killed. It's Glenn. We found this video on YouTube where this guy uses math and shows you where, hold on, he's not counting here. It's just showing a person here. The eeny, meeny, miny, mo, no matter how you look at it, it's Glenn. Like, yeah, but they stray from the comics, they said. Yeah, his name is Daryl. That's, as long as Daryl is around, it's straying from the comic because there was no Daryl.
That's true.
That's true. So it's a
And-
true statement no matter what.
Exactly. And so Carol,
Well, like-
Carol should have been dead in season 3, right? Should have, right?
Carol should have been dead, and fuck it. Yeah, when they found the prison.
So exactly. So that's straying. Every episode she's still around.
Yeah.
That's straying.
And-
And Andrea is banging Rick, not Michonne. That's straying.
How about Rick's banging Michonne and not Andrea?
Yeah.
Because Andrea's dead. So that's why.
For the people out there
She's
that
banging nobody
listen to this,
He's banging the governor.
that say that shit. Oh, they're straight from the comic. I can tell you, as a reader of the comic, it's only a few little things that they
Like
go
Daryl
far
and
away
Carol.
from. Yeah, Daryl, Carol, Andrea. The
Rick's
governor
not a
shot
short, fat
Herschel
guy.
and didn't cut his head off. He shot him.
Yeah, but it was a little more badass. He cut his head off.
Not quite cut his head off.
He killed Lori. The governor did.
The governor killed Lori.
Yeah, in the comics.
That makes Carl Papa that much more awesome.
Yeah.
Carl Papa.
The Jiggy Jar Jar dude.
Dirty,
Dude,
dirty,
Carl's
dirty.
the shit.
That's fucking Carl Papa. You can't mess with Carl Papa.
And
One-Eye Carl.
I'm gonna ruin it for people. I hope that they leave the fucking, because like in the comics, Carl and Negan have this like big brother little brother type relationship.
Oh yeah. You can can already see he's starting to.
Yeah,
to
I hope
lay
they
the
leave it in
seeds for
there.
that too.
Yeah, definitely.
He's planting the seeds there, and that so back to the what do you think is going to happen? I would love it if he killed Maggie.
Really?
Love it. She's been pretty useless lately, and as just in the show, and that would really show everybody it's not Glenn, it's going to be Daryl, it's going to be Rick. I can't stand it. No, it's not going to be Rick. He wouldn't tell the people to feed Rick his kid's eye if he's killing Rick.
Well, not only that, like I know they've come out and said that nobody's safe. Rick and Carl are pretty much fucking safe. They're the main characters. No matter who else is in there, Rick and Carl Grimes are the main characters of the Walking Dead universe.
Sure.
So they're not going to die, and if they do, it'll be like a last episode, last issue type thing.
Well, and with this show, even if they did, they would leave you questioning: did they die?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the last, and I bet you that's when it finally comes to the end of the show.
But I haven't.
That's how they do
I haven't
it.
seen
I'll
the
bet you.
math video or anything like that. I think it's going to be Glenn,
I think it's going to be Glenn, but I think
just because they teased that Glenn dying earlier in the season.
So, but what's going to happen is the first episode is going to be, meanwhile, back in Alexandria, and then the next episode is going to be, this is what was going on the hill, and then the third episode is going to be 90-minute backstory. Where did Jesus come from? And then it's going to be, oh yeah, let me catch you up on what happened before, and then it's going to be the last episode before Christmas break. Glenn is dead.
You think?
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We're talking advertising cash cow revenue like
the
crazy.
fans of the
And
show
every
are
week
so
in
mad right
the
now.
next week's episode that they
childish,
show
but
at the
they
end of the
are.
show, every
it's-
week
I
they'll
would
show
say,
something
"Fuck you,
that
you
implies
watch
you're going to
anyway."
get your answer this
Yeah.
week. Every time they're going to show something that implies you get your answer this week in the next week's episode.
Glenn's
you
under
know?
a dumpster again.
Yeah.
Well, part of him is.
Yeah.
Like a piece of the back of his head and one of his teeth and an ear. Lucille kind of chewed him up.
Yeah.
Is Negan that scrawny in the comic?
Because
Because I thought Jeffrey Dean Morgan looked like
It was the girdle.
Negan.
sickly scrawny.
It was
you
the
know?
girdle.
He's usually relatively big fella.
But it was the girdle,
Yeah.
and he was wearing a girdle.
Negan is a pretty big guy in the comics.
He was
He's
wearing a
taller
girdle.
than Rick.
And you got to think about this. He's
Which
wearing
could be. You've got no comparison
yeah.
for that here, really.
he was wearing a girdle, so he's probably looking thinner than he is. And it's the apocalypse, and you know he's still not eating that good. Nobody's eating good enough to be fat.
Except Denise.
Yep.
She's not eating good enough to be fat anymore.
No,
the
not
food
with an arrow in her eye.
and the food pantry bandit.
How
Or
come-
the food pantry Nazi?
How come Carl Papa
Oh, I
can
must
survive
keep
a
some
bullet to
numbers
the
on the
eye, but
food
this chick
pantry.
can't survive an arrow? What's that about? He took a bullet to the eye. You know how much faster than an arrow that is?
Didn't it like hit the corner,
I don't know.
knock his eye out? Or
It
something?
went like through this one, and then out that side there.
Okay.
That's whack.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
Or maybe the other way.
the food pantry chick at Alexandria, the one who keeps tabs of all the food.
Yeah.
She's living large. She's definitely living large.
What's the fucking deal with Morgan and Carol?
They're gonna bone
You think?
passively.
Oh, maybe.
They're gonna say it doesn't have to be this way. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't have to be this way. No, it doesn't have to be this way. No. It doesn't have to be this way. And then they're just going to boom.
What I don't understand.
She's going to be like, twirl your stick.
What I don't understand is that
let me see you twirl your stick.
All right, last season, Carol was the most psychotic fucking person on the show. Like, she was the Terminator. And
Yeah,
now
then-
she's like, you know what?
Hello, my name is Carol.
Yeah.
Right. Suddenly you flip a switch
She
and,
like
and
rolls
she's Morgan.
into Terminus. She's like, give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Right.
Kills everything.
I
and
am
then-
wearing the guts of a zombie.
Yeah.
I am looking like zombies. You have my boys. I'm going to kill you.
And then it's like she bakes a fucking batch of cookies, and she's like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
No. She bakes a batch of cookies, and then she says, I'm going to tie you to a tree and let the zombies eat you, kid. And then she says, wait, that wasn't nice.
Yeah.
And then the zombies did eat the kid, and then she was like, I
Well,
shouldn't be mean anymore.
That kid was a little asshole anyway.
And then she single-handedly kills like 15 of Negan's dudes.
Yeah, just standing there. Just mows them all the hell down. And crying, begging them not to make her do it. It doesn't have to be this way, but I'm not going to fucking die. Carol is fucking badass. I love her. I can't wait. You just also, for the first time, we saw Morgan kill somebody.
For the first time in
A long time.
no ever. He's not. We've not.
I don't
seen
think
him
we've
kill
ever
a-
seen him
a
kill
human.
anybody. So he just did. You got to. The shoes almost switched. Didn't really switch, but Morgan will do what needs to be done. Morgan's getting the picture.
I think in the 90-minute backstory, we did see that Morgan killed people. I just have to clear. And then Buddha got him and said, well, I've already done the clearing. Now you go do some listening.
you gonna sit there in that jail cell.
Now, I might have dressed up like a woman on the Drew Carey show.
But I know Aikido.
And I might have been the really nasty, kinky raper sheriff from the movie with RDJ and Boobs and Swordfish, Halle Berry.
Gothica, maybe.
I think so,
Is what
yeah.
it's called.
But in this movie, in this 90-minute episode, which is basically Morgan in the Woods, the movie, I'm Buddha.
Yeah.
I'm Buddha with a jail cell
Well, you know that
and a stick.
that's not locked.
you know that they've run into Dwight before. Daryl, I think it was Daryl and Michonne did.
Ran into Dwight
Yeah.
before
Before Negan and them showed up.
before Dwight met Negan.
No. Dwight and Sherry were running from Negan.
Right, and
When
Daryl met up with him. That's why Daryl
yeah.
was going after him
Daryl
this
met
time.
up with him.
Because Daryl let him go.
But in the book, it was Morgan and
No. They talk about that in the book and how Dwight got his fucking face burned up. He gets the iron.
So, have you watched any of the Fear the Walking Dead?
No.
Really?
Nope.
It's awesome.
yeah.
I'll have to check it out on Hulu.
The best part of the worst part about it is partly the best part about it, because this one takes place in
Junkie Johnny
California,
Depp?
so they're all
What
liberals.
is it?
Junkie Johnny Depp.
Yeah, so they're all mega liberals, and no, we can't kill them. The zombies have rights too, type people, and then they get the fucking eaten.
Well, and then the one guy.
So it's kind of nice to see
the one guy, the Spanish guy, like he fought in a South American Revolution
Or something. Yeah.
he did some bad shit in another life, and he's like, no, the fuck they don't have rights. They got one, and it's not to eat me or fuck with my peeps. And I'm just gonna straight up kill a bitch. Like old dude just starts busting fucking bad.
Yeah, and
And
then
it kind of puts everybody's mind into perspective.
And
And,
then
really,
there's-
the person you think is going to be the most liberalist, twattiest person is not. It's the boyfriend.
yeah,
You think it's going to be the
yeah.
mom. You're like, oh, I remember the first
It's
few
the Rick,
episodes. Oh, I hope they
you
kill
know?
the mom, and then it ends up no, mom's the Rick.
Do
Yeah.
you think that? Do you think if something like that were to happen, that we would have zombie rights groups?
Yes.
Until they were eaten. Until,
Yeah.
and you know the rest of us would let it happen.
No, they wouldn't be eaten.
You know.
They wouldn't be eaten. They would round up people who who disagreed with their opinions and feed them to them and call it justified.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Exactly. Dude, it's ridiculous. No, they don't. No.
I do like
That-
that,
it's not gonna work.
the CDC said that if there ever is such a thing as a zombie virus, they created it.
Oh yeah, well, nothing like that is going to pop up on its own.
Curing cancer is about dead cells. Cancer is dead cells that spread death and don't want to come back and don't want to rejuvenate and don't want to do what they need to do. So you need to reverse that process to cure cancer, which is a great way to bring about zombies, if you ask me.
Like Resident Evil.
And a virus that or a bacteria that causes that to happen doesn't need living flesh necessarily immediately to make that start happening. It could go into a zombie in the grave and then reanimate its dead cells. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't have to be just I don't know, a vaccine or a drug or something like that. It could be another something. So it could very well be the CDC that creates something like that.
Like Resident Evil.
Yeah, it was for a similar reason, I guess, that the dude did the T-virus, according to the movies.
The movies were awful.
Yeah.
I liked them.
No.
I liked most of them.
No.
I liked them.
Why?
I like zombie movies.
Did you like the movies, or did you like watching Mila Jovovich do stuff?
Both.
Both, absolutely.
That's the best.
Yeah, both for sure.
Mike Epps was in one of them, wasn't it? Two?
3.
Was he in 3 of them? Nah.
He was in the second one, and I know he was in the third one.
He was in the desert one.
Yeah, and the city one,
And the city one.
which was the second one, Resident Evil Apocalypse.
I don't know. It's just they should just be labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever they are. Not because there's always the apocalypse.
Yeah. Why would? Yeah, agreed. Fair enough. Well, I don't
What
know. The
was
first
your-
one wasn't the apocalypse.
Yeah, well,
It was just trapped in a building.
it was the apocalypse.
But it started, it's what let it all loose. I'm
What
pretty
was
sure.
your favorite zombie movie?
Zombieland
That was a good one.
or Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
It's
that's my favorite zombie
It's
movie.
hard to Shaun of the Dead or
Either one. Both are
Man,
great.
They
Both
are.
are
They're
great.
both great. They really
I
are.
feel like Shaun of the Dead kind of sticks a little more to the traditional zombie movie scope or feel,
and
but
is kind of and is a little more realistic of a scenario of
Yeah.
zombies.
and a queen beat along. It's hard to top that, even
Yeah.
with the rules,
Beat along.
even with the zombie kill of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate fanboys. They ruined Zombieland, the TV show on Amazon.
Yeah, it had potential, but
It had potential, but instead of seeing the potential, they just only exploited all of the negative things about it. So one episode?
What happened?
They filmed like several, but they only put out one. Because
What happened?
fanboys get on there. Oh, it's stupid. Oh, it wasn't like this. Blah, 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 blah. Just being faggoty fanboy crap. The fanboys
Dude,
do.
those people are everywhere.
Yeah, but they ruin everything. They don't make anything better.
Hey, you know what? They're fucking starting a petition, an online petition, to AMC to have Scott Gimple replaced as executive producer of The Walking Dead because of the season 6 finale.
I hate everybody
Because
involved with that. Then
It's fucking fanboys, dude. We want to know what happened, and they want you to. They
We
want
don't
you
wanna
to
be
tune in
forced to tune
October.
in. Right, we don't want to be
to see
forced
what
to find
fucking
out what
happens.
happened. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, the thing that I hate about these people is they act like the fucking internet doesn't even exist. Like, we're going to find out who it was probably 3 or 4 months before the fucking show comes on.
Nah.
I don't know. Those guys
With
are
the
pretty good
leaks
at
and shit.
Nah,
like
keeping it
that.
under.
they're really good about
Yeah,
dude. Just
they're
like
good at
there
holding
were
it down.
so many like all the fake Matrix leaks and things like that were like, oh, those legit
Okay,
script.
if-
all the fake Star Wars leaks and all of that. They're good at fake leaks.
If the leaks weren't real, how did me and you know that Terminus was going to get blown up before it got blown up? Because we saw the leaks.
I didn't see any leaks.
I saw the leaks of Terminus getting blown up.
I know how to sell things, and so if I'm going to sell millions of people on tuning in, this is what I would do. And logic and reason tell me I'm pretty damn close to right, and most of the time I am. That's how I know.
I don't know.
There are clues and formulas that writers and producers and directors use.
Dude, seriously, when it comes to The Walking Dead, Drew speaketh and they doeth. And that's pretty much the way it goes. He has called almost all of it.
I am
to
happy
thus
with
far.
the season
I'll
6
give him that.
finale.
I'm completely satisfied.
I'm happy fucking Negan showed up.
No.
The one
Let me
thing I
rephrase that.
didn't
I
call-
am not completely satisfied. Go ahead.
The one thing I did not call was Andrea's death. I wanted her to die. I kept saying she was going to die. I knew she was going to die that season. But I wanted her to die like the punk bitch she was. You know, I wanted her to die like, but everybody just needs to get along. And then somebody kills her because she's an idiot. Not she finally does the right thing and isn't being a twat and can't get herself free in time because she's worried about old boy dying. Bitch, get free. Don't worry about what he's doing. He's going to die and eat you. Get free.
He's made that very clear too. As you know,
but
stop worrying about making
she had to be Andrea in the wrong situation, and it's always the wrong situation. But I didn't want her to die like that.
right.
And I'm gonna make this complaint: when we rewatched that shit, and she uses Rick's revolver, and the shell casing hits the ground afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad because shell casings don't just jump out of revolvers. So it just like one of them cocked the hammer on a Glock that has no hammer.
Decocked.
Decocked the hammer. Yeah. Uncocked the hammer. On a Glock
Have you
that has no
guys
hammer.
ever watched Watch Mojo?
Sure.
All right, so I was watching one of their top 10 lists this morning,
Yep.
and it was the top.
Let me just get this straight. You watched Watch Mojo, one of their top 10 lists, as opposed to watching a Watch Mojo top 10 list. Go for it.
What the fuck ever, man. So anyway, I was watching it, and they had it was like the dumbest criminals or dumbest people or something like that. And they had a guy on there that tried to play Russian roulette with a fucking, like a 380.
Automatic.
Yeah. He
Nice.
fucking shot himself in the head. And then what was funny was the narrator was like, when you play Russian roulette, you always need a revolver. If you use anything but a revolver, the game is just suicide. It's not Russian roulette.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It's like playing suffocation.
What is suffocation?
First you get a plastic bag, then you put it on your head.
Go to bed, wake up dead.
All right.
Whoa.
Yep. Our mom taught us that song when we were kids. The only shining example of bad parenting. She taught her children suffocation, jelly suffocation, suffocation, the game we like to play. First you get a plastic bag, then you put it on your head. Go to bed.
Wake up dead.
Oh, suffocation, the game we love to play. We never did suffocate ourselves or anything or anybody, but it's like one of those moments of, oh, this was a thing I knew when I was a kid that I shouldn't know, and my kids are being assholes at the moment, but this is funny example of what being a kid and an asshole is. Shit, I shouldn't have shared that. Like Steve Harvey on that kid talent show thing the other day, where he was grinding his hips, and then all of a sudden the little girl started grinding his hips. He goes, no, I couldn't help it. I didn't mean to teach the baby to do that. I'm sorry.
That's great.
That was
That
funny.
is
That
great.
was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I called that one as I walked out of the room.
yeah.
That was good stuff. That little girl was hilarious, though, too, man.
Oh yeah, she
On
was
her
funny.
little
She
YouTube
was all
video,
full of
she was
sass.
just getting it. Little girl dancing in a
You've seen it in
dance
the,
recital thing, and
she's in like a ballet recital doing Aretha
sassy.
Franklin, and she's all snapping her fingers and
yeah, she's
So,
in it. Full
Drew,
gusto.
have you heard of Musically yet?
what?
Musically is an app on the phone, and what you can do is it'll give you snippets of a song, and you can make videos with your friends of like lip syncing and shit like that. So Brittany the other day found Addison's phone and broke into it and was looking at all of her and Novali's.
What does a 7-year-old need a phone for?
I don't know.
Dude, it doesn't work. It's just that. It's
Yeah,
just-
she can't make
got
phone
you.
calls on
I
it.
got
Yeah,
you.
it's
Okay,
just-
I got you.
And I think Beth's kids are the same way. Like, they can't make phone calls, but Addison can Skype Brielle so that they can talk to each other because we all have internet.
Right.
Yeah, when they're connected to the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
So
Yeah, the interweb. Got you.
we're watching all their videos, and like they found out about it and got so fucking mad because we weren't supposed to see them. And like we're trying to explain to the kids, you're putting it on the internet. Like all kinds of people are seeing this,
Yeah.
but they got mad that we saw them. I told Addison she couldn't do it anymore.
But she was doing the lip syncing.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's play a trivia game, Tom.
Okay.
What kind of trivia you want to do? We got science, history, U.S. history, food and drink, television, outer space, travel, actors, sports.
I got a good one for you, Tom. You ready?
Yeah.
It's a 3-part question, kind of a riddle. And if you get the answer right, you get a reward. It's the best kind, right?
Whatever.
What's lukewarm and green and downstairs by my chair?
Your Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. And you know what your reward is?
I'm not going to get you one.
No, you're not. You're going to go get you one. And since it's there, you're going to get me one, too.
No, I'll grab you one when we leave.
Okay, which
No, thirsty now.
what's
I can't get around you, otherwise I'd get it.
which
I'll move.
which
No.
which
Hold on.
category?
It's too much noise. No, hold on.
U.S. history.
Mountain Dew category.
U.S. history.
U.S. history. Historically, where do I keep my Mountain Dew?
In the car.
In the
No,
car.
not in the car. Downstairs by my chair. You don't even have to go outside. It's just right there by the chair.
In the car. Come on, man.
It's in the cave.
What the fuck is taking so long, Drew?
He's thirsty too.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Could have got like 2 Mountain Dews by now.
What is this American monument?
It's the Golden Gate Bridge, isn't it?
It is. Okay.
Tom, 1 for 1.
Who was the first U.S. president to appear on television? Harry S. Truman, Calvin Coolidge, Herbert Hoover, or Franklin D. Roosevelt?
I'm going to go with FDR.
I think you're wrong. I think it's Harry Truman.
What about Hoover?
I still think it was Truman. What do you think, Adam?
I'm going with Coolidge. Just to, since
Okay.
every other name was said, why not?
Tommy was correct. Franklin
Yeah,
D. Roosevelt.
FDR for sure.
2 for 2. Ready for the next question?
Yeah, bitch.
Next question.
Yeah.
How many U.S. presidents share their last name with a president that served prior to them? 2, 6, 8, or 4?
I'm going to say 6.
What's your answer, Adam?
I'm going to say 4.
Okay. I think it's 8. It is not 6. It is 4.
Oh, shit.
That's how I roll.
Adam got it.
I
That's
knew
awesome.
I knew it was Adams's, Bush's,
Yeah.
Roosevelt's, and Harrison. But Harrison, which is because Harrison served twice.
Okay.
Okay,
What's the next
question. I think Harrison served twice. I think he was, anyway. In American football, where do the Vikings come from?
Minnesota.
Correct.
I mean, on that logic, then Obama would be on the list, Drew.
By what logic? Because he served. No.
One on, one off?
Is
that what you're saying?
No, he's 2 terms. He had 3 terms. He had some kind of different thing. It was
Okay, go ahead.
he wasn't reelected, and then he was. You have to look it up, and then he died in office. Which theme park corporation has the most visitors? Merlin, Six Flags, Universal Studios, or Walt Disney?
Walt Disney.
I don't know. There's a lot more Six Flags parks.
I'm going to say Walt Disney.
I agree with Tom on that one because there's failed Euro Disney.
Yeah, but is it
It is Walt Disney.
okay? Is it all time or average yearly or
Dude, as long as Disney keeps putting out shit that little kids love, they'll always be number 1.
What is
Number
that
one.
landmark?
Let me see it. Is that the Washington Monument?
no? Let me see.
Well, no, it's not the Grand
yeah.
Obelisk.
It sure is.
But is it the Washington Memorial,
No,
or is it?
it's the Washington Monument.
Okay, that is correct.
Or is it the Washington Memorial Monument?
Which president of the United States served the shortest term? Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, William Henry Harrison, and Gerald Ford.
Harrison, because he served 2.5.
No, he got reelected and died. It is Harrison, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to go with Kennedy.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
It's Harrison.
Okay. Well, I thought he served 2.5 terms.
Well, but he was elected and died is
Oh, all right.
Right.
the other one.
Well, Kennedy was elected and died.
But he served more of his term. Like he died like 3 days or something after being sworn in.
Oh, all right. All right.
Food poisoning or something like that. Some Victorian era fatness disease. They didn't have diabetes.
They did, but
Oh,
they didn't know it.
They didn't know everything caused it.
who is this woman?
Susan B. Anthony.
No, you're way wrong.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see her.
Rosa Parks.
I agree. But what came to mind first, because she looks like she's stoned, was Ho Chi Minh, which is a dude.
Ho Chi Minh is Vietnamese.
And a dude. She does not look like an American. She doesn't look round eye.
Round Aquilo.
She don't look round eye. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, why does Johnny Depp's character, Willy Wonka, have unusually straight and white teeth?
I can't tell you because I refuse to watch the remake.
I'll give you the options. His dad was a strict dentist.
I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to get this one wrong.
Jeans, he loves to maintain them, or they are dentures.
Dentures.
Are you sure? Your first choice was his dad was a strict dentist.
Yeah, we'll go with his dad was the dentist then.
That's the right answer. That's why he had a candy factory.
You know it would help that sweaty head of yours,
Candy
Tom.
was bad for your teeth.
You know it would help that sweaty head of yours.
No.
A nice
gotta go soon
lukewarm
anyway.
Mountain Dew.
The Kauai Cave wolf spider
Oh, no shit.
of Hawaii lives in almost total darkness. What is its most notable feature? It has wings, has 3 legs, a giant stinger, or has no eyes.
Has no eyes.
That is correct. All right, that was the 10th question. Good
Awesome.
job.
Tommy, you answered the 10th question.
I'm going to go get your Mountain Dew.
Are you?
I got to go get the kid.
Oh my God.
I don't think that's even a whole hour of podcasting.
I'm sorry, man.
It's 34 motherfucking minutes.
What are y'all doing tomorrow?
What are you doing tomorrow?
I have
Besides
to work at 2.
making an appointment and canceling.
No, if you want to come get me early.
Why don't you just have B. Hurst drop you off?